비하기 위한 그런 운동들도 벌어지고 있습니다. There have been campaigns to consume more. 한우 한번 해볼게요.
There have been campaigns to consume more 한우. There have been campaigns to consume more 한우. One last time. There have been campaigns to consume more 한우.
Okay, so we're talking about 한우 overall, and if you go to one of those fancy restaurants, though, 한우 can cost you an arm and a leg.
Oh,
They're
yes.
very, very expensive, right?
Uh-huh.
Have you been to one of those fancy restaurants?
Yes, I have. I mean, I do have to admit that the meat itself was really, really tasty. It was very juicy, and I loved the texture of it as well. But when I looked at the menu, I was like, wow, this is really expensive.
Even among 한우 beef, I think you have those levels,
yes.
right? You have the A.
Different grades,
and
yes.
You have the A+, and the A++. And the highest level normally is sold to those fancy restaurants. I mean, the beef is really tender.
Yeah.
And it's really chewy. And you really will like the marbling and everything. And those are good cattle, right? And that's where it all comes from. But then again, it's too expensive. So you have those typical 한우 places these days.
Sure.
And you go there and you kind of like pick which part you want, and they give it to you, and it's much cheaper than those fancy restaurants.
Sure.
But then again, it's still 한우, right?
Of course.
Overall. Okay, well, I think it's time to listen to our dialogue one more time.
Okay, everyone, this time listen to it very carefully and repeat the key sentences out loud 2 times each. Here's the dialogue one last time.
Have you tried Korean beef, 한우? Have you tried Korean beef, 한우?
Of course. It tasted really good.
Koreans love to have 한우. Koreans love to have 한우.
It's a bit more expensive than regular beef. It's a bit more expensive than regular beef, isn't it?
That's right. It costs way more than imported beef. It costs way more than imported beef.
But I'm sure it's high-quality beef.
You bet. It tastes the best.
I see more 한우 restaurants opening up.
Yeah, there have been campaigns to consume more 한우. There have been campaigns to consume more 한우.
Oh, really? That's quite interesting.
You know, if you go to these 한우 restaurants, sometimes they have this side dish called 육회.
Ah, that's right.
Have you ever tried 육회?
Yes, I have. It's very tasty, kind of sweet. So it's basically raw beef, right? It's not cooked, so it's uncooked beef, and you could call it raw beef. And it's served with a kind of a sweet sauce, along with pears and, and raw egg as well.
Right, they actually crack an egg on top of it, and you kind of mix it up. Some places do that, some places don't. And you really have to be good in explaining to the other person, especially if that person comes from the West.
Yeah.
You could have to explain that Koreans actually eat raw beef sometimes. The whole concept of raw beef may not come to them because in their heads, beef should always be cooked.
That's true. I mean, there are people that really like their beef, especially rare. You go to a restaurant and they ask you, how would you like your, meat done?
Rare?
Well, you can ask for well done, or medium rare, and there's also rare. Some people love to have rare meat, but it does not mean that it's raw. It is slightly cooked.
스펠링도 완전히 다르잖아요.
네.
우리가 육회 같은 거 할 때 아예 생고기에서 R-A-W. raw meat. raw beef 하면 되고요.
네.
스테이크 할 때는?
살짝 익힌 거죠. 그러니까 최대한 조금 익혔을 때 rare라고 하는데요. R-A-R-E 해서 rare. 발음이 완전히 다릅니다.
완전히 다르죠. 그 부분을 해주셔야 되고요. 자, 어쨌든 육회를 혹시 시키신다면 이런 설명을 잘 해주세요. This is raw meat, and it's totally safe to eat it, actually.
Yes.
Some people may think of, may think that it's kind of dangerous to eat raw meat or beef, but it isn't. It's
right.
okay.
You could perhaps make them feel a bit more comfortable about trying out the raw beef by telling them it's one of the freshest beef, so you do not have to worry about getting sick.
Or eat it yourself first, and then show them that it's okay.
See, I'm eating it, so give it a try.
You don't die, right?
Sure.
자, 그러면 전체 내용 그렇게 정리를 한번 해보고요. 현장에 한번 나가보겠습니다. 다음에부터 나가 있는데요. 한우에 관련된 질문을 외국인분들께 한번 여쭤보고
네.
어떤 얘기를 해주시는지 한번 들어보죠.
네, 오늘의 첫 번째 키 센텐스였었죠.
네.
Have you tried or have you ever tried Korean beef 한우? 이 질문을 해보겠습니다.
알겠습니다.
Okay, everyone, let's take you to Tell Me.
Tell me.
Hi there, everyone. I'm Tanya on Tell Me, Tell Me. And today for Unit 431, our question is, have you ever tried Korean beef hanu? Have you ever tried Korean beef hanu? Yes, I have tried it. I love meat and I love hanu. Have you ever tried Korean beef hanu? Let's go ask other people and see if they've ever tried it. Let's go. Hi, how are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
What's your name and where are you from?
I'm Trevor Nicholson. I'm from England.
Okay.
It's a little part of Great Britain.
Today our question is, have you ever tried Korean beef hanu?
Yes, I've tried Korean beef. It's being from the West. It's your cuisine is very interesting. Is that I've never been in a restaurant before where they cook the food in front of you. We're not used to that, you know.
Okay.
And I find that's very interesting. Yes.
Wow. So what brought you to the restaurant to eat hanu, and how was the experience?
Well, what brought me to the restaurant was because basically I was hungry. So I had to eat. And I thought, if I'm a great believer when you're in a foreign country, eat what the indigenous people eat.
Right.
I never go to McDonald's. I never go to Kentucky Fried Chicken.
That's
blah,
good.
blah, blah.
It's not good for you.
I like to, no, it's not. I never eat the damn stuff at home. So I don't eat it in Korea.
Right.
I like to eat what the local people eat.
That's nice.
And basically it tells you something about the culture.
Yes.
The
it
way they
does.
prepare the food, what they cook, and so on and so forth, you know?
Well, you said you were new to the concept of where they cook the food in front of you.
Yes.
Did you feel safe knowing that the food is in front of you and it's cooked in front of you?
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
How was the taste? Did it fit your taste buds? Was it interesting? Would you try